Hello, and welcome to the Spring Game Showcase hosted by The Mix and Kinda Funny. Now, this showcase is a little different. This is an indie showcase ran by the same people who run the Guerrilla Collective. That's The Mix. So, you've probably seen some of their stuff before. You've seen them run some showcases before on this channel or otherwise. You've probably heard of them at the very least. But this one's a little different. This is a yearly event that is run by Kinda Funny. Now, Kinda Funny is a podcasting group that I actually watch every day. It was a coincidence that they started running this showcase with The Mix, but I've been watching Kinda Funny's content every day for like probably 7 years or so, maybe. So this showcase is a little bit special to me. Because it's content creators that I actually enjoy quite a bit, combining with showcases, which I've already been watching.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spring Game Showcase 2025, presented by The Mix and Kinda Funny. I'm Greg Miller. That's Justin Woodward. We're back for our second year together, and we have nearly 60 amazing indie games for you to add to your wish lists.
And you will be adding these games. More than 600 titles were submitted for our second annual Spring Game Showcase, and the ones that made the cut are nothing short of spectacular, but they need your support.
I think. Maybe more. I don't know.
You'll see QR codes on your screen. Scan these, and they'll send you to Steam, Epic Game Store, or GOG so you can wish list these titles.
Scan that! Scan that! Scan that! Chat, scan it! Scan it!
So please, do your part and wish list the games you like. Speaking of things we like, Gregway, we really like our partners. Thank you for making this event happen. Epic Game Store, Good Old Games, Ryzen, Atari, Raw Fury, Maximum, Top Hat, Neon Doctrine.
So I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it now while they're going down their sponsors. This showcase is a little different. These showcases are going to be running a little bit differently nowadays. We're changing the way that we do things. If I'm yapping a lot in the middle of a trailer, I'm just going to pause the trailer, and we're just going to yap. I don't want to interrupt the game trailers as much as I used to. So we'll be pausing around a lot.
Of a huge day of content. Directly following this, we're sitting down with about 20 different developers for about 20 different game demos.
Once again, we're doing the Mix and Kinda Funny Game Showcase stream with deep dive demos and interviews before opening the doors for the Mix and Kinda Funny live event in Denver.
And they did. It was like over 6 hours long.
It is going to be a party.
I didn't watch it all.
But enough with the yakking. Let's get to some video games. Well, nearly 60 games to be exact. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs.
Welcome to the Spring Game Showcase 2025, presented by The Mix and Kinda Funny.
Every time? What?
I'm Tom, from Jansen Rad.
Hi, Tom.
I'm thrilled to show you some gameplay from my upcoming game, Gunboat God.
Let me move these.
Gunboat God is a slick shoot-'em-up where you blast your way through a world of tightly designed...
What was that handshake slap? Just Greg Miller things.
At its core, the game is about fluidly ducking and weaving your way around enemies, while styling on them in a big way. From the start, you become friends with a genius engineer crocodile named Yeti, who is on a mission to build the ultimate gunboat for reasons currently unknown. Your action-packed journey spans over 5 biomes, with a steady stream of upgrades begging to be unlocked. A huge variety of enemies will approach and attack from every angle, with behaviours unique to all of them. So, quick thinking and resourcefulness is greatly rewarded. Every level might challenge you in a different way, so trying a different weapon, a specific ability, or spamming...
Very goopy game.
...are all tools at your disposal.
So, chat, little insight on me.
In a unique and intense boss fight that will test you with everything...
I just finished doing the research phase of my YouTube video.
All of the characters in the game are animated in 3D, then exported to 2D frames, before finally being implemented.
Which means every YouTube video I've been watching has been at the very least at 1.5 times speed.
Gunboat Guard is releasing early next year. You can
And going back to watching videos at a normal speed that isn't insanely fast-paced.
Thank you for watching.
Such a jump. It's such a big jump. Central Standard Time. I was listening to an audiobook and the max I could do while still comprehending was 1.15.
What the scallop? I'm a goofy goober!
Sometimes when I'm watching a video and the person's talking like really slow, I'll put it on 2 times and I can comprehend. I'm good. It really just depends on the video. Goes? Ghost Sector. No game, no hype. Well, our style. No game, no hype. Hey, Raw. Hi, Edge. And hi, Tamus. How you guys doing?
This is Yooka-Laylee, the remastered,
Such a bad title.
mixed version of Yooka-Laylee. It's a gorgeous 3D platformer inspired by the Collectathon platformers of old. You play as Yuka, a charming green chameleon with a fluffy little bat called Laylee sat on his head. It's up to this dynamic duo to thwart the evil capital B's plans to rewrite the universe by finding and saving...
Not as bad as Remastered, though, if anyone remembers that.
With shiny new 4K graphics and visual effects, a brand new control scheme, new moves, and the ability to swiftly chain moves together for incredible platforming expression, Yooka-Laylee builds on feedback we received for the original game and is jam-packed with new content that we know platforming fans are going to love.
So Yooka-Laylee is a game made by Banjo-Kazooie developers who left Rareware, the original developers of Banjo-Kazooie. And when they did that, they then made Yooka-Laylee as a follow-up. Here, I'll pause. I said I was going to do a thing, and now I'm not doing the thing. So they then remade Banjo-Kazooie, or rather, made a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie as Yooka-Laylee, right? The problem is, when they made the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, Yooka-Laylee, it also inherited all of the flaws of Banjo-Kazooie, because while Banjo-Kazooie is popularly regarded as a very good game, a very, very good video game, one of the most revolutionary and influential video games ever made, it's also a game that came out on the N64. So it has a lot of flaws in relation to that, most notably a bad camera. And Yooka-Laylee, a video game that came out, give or take 30 years later, also received those flaws and had a horrible camera and bad pacing at certain points. So them making... So it had... Like, the people that played Banjo-Kazooie were like, yeah, it's pretty good, you know? And then everyone who didn't have that nostalgia for Banjo-Kazooie didn't enjoy it. Didn't have fun with it. Because it's a mascot platformer in 2025, right? So, like, what is it going to get directly compared to? Mario. And now Astrobot. But at the time, just Mario. So it's like, it didn't really hit that kind of value because of those issues. You could even say, like, Hat in Time, right? They still went on, and they made a sequel to Yooka-Laylee, which was instead a spiritual successor to Donkey Kong Country, which means it's a 2D platformer. But Yooka-Laylee originally kind of was stuck in this place of being, for all intent and purposes, imperfect. So, Yooka-Laylee is them listening to those complaints and coming back to it to fix those errors and make the game what their intended vision was.
Mario Rabbids fame. Let's talk collectibles. Every world has its own quills, colourful little feathers that can be collected and exchanged with Snaky Salesman Trouser.
Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter are also mascot platformers, but I would not say that they're comparable. They're kind of a different thing.
In Yooka-Replay, these magic little guys are your way of unlocking the next location to explore. So keep your eyes open for opportunities to find and save pages hidden around the world, and as rewards for completing the high variety of challenges on offer. Speaking of challenges, meet Cornelius. This ghostly...
Remember when you threatened to come really hard in Clank? Yes, I do unfortunately remember that.
Cornelius rewards quids. There's red, green, and golden quids challenges dotted around each world to find. You can trade in those shiny golden coins to vivacious vending machine Vendy. She has a huge range of tonics for sale, including cosmetic items for Yooka and Laylee, as well as others such as cool new visual styles and tonics for things like coin magnetization and superhero landings. Mix and match these tonics to create your own platforming playstyle. Each world in Yooka-Replay has so much more for you to do than I can even fit into this script. There's a new challenge around every corner, each testing a different platforming skill. There's puzzles to solve, races to win, and bosses to battle. Yooka-Replay is our love letter to classic 3D platformers. It's a beautiful, joyful, new experience packed full of exciting new things to do that we're sure fans of the genre will love. So, you lovely potential wishlist conversions, get Yooka-Replay wishlisted on your platform of choice and we'll see you soon.
Okay, crew, nice and casual like.
Tell me, is there any sight more beautiful than an exploding...
I feel as though maybe this game could counter that. Ever since Payday 3 flopped, I don't think there's been a good heist game since Payday 2. Prove me wrong.
I can handle it.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Which is kind of crazy when you, like...
Always a sake.
Rock City ain't bad.
And subtle.
Fear not.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about how good, like, Ocean's 11 and stuff was back in the day, and how, like you watch those movies and you can see that there's a video game there, you know? But Monaco 1 was a slap back in the day, so I don't know. Crime Boss Rock City? Oh, I understood. Hey Angie, how you doing?
The world as we know it is dead. And you decide if its survival is in the cards.
Dishonored? Iron Hive. Very okay, not Dishonored. Not at all Dishonored, but very clearly was calling that vibe. I feel like I'm not in the wrong for saying Dishonored just then. What's happening, Angie? Push the darkness back.
The Iron Hive endures.
I came here to avenge the Divine Doctor.
Burning, Swoku?
Who are you? Get out of my way!
I do not use Chrome. I currently have been using Opera and I hate it. And I said that to Pei, and Pei was like, I've been using Opera for years and it only became shit recently. And I'm like, man, that fucking sucks. I only started using it recently. Hey, Glitch. Thanks for the sub. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your balloons. How you doing, dog? Join the Firefox gang. Angie recommended, I think it was Vivaldi. And I've also seen Brave. I tried Firefox a while ago. I can't remember why I didn't like it and why I went back. You know off the top of your head what clip was the fucking how do you know? The one that comes to mind when you say that is Amnesia Rebirth. Hey, Normal Knot. How you doing? Where there was a guy behind me in Amnesia Rebirth, and I was like, he doesn't know. How could he know? There's no way he knows. You're talking about burning a body. Oh! Yeah, I know that one. Why, do you want me to find it for you or something? Someone in chat said something highly felonious. Yeah, it was farm. Just half the title so I can dig it up. I don't know the clip name on Twitch. I know it was during a intro chatting. Hang on. Missile Command Delta. The world of Moo?
You are by the order. Vanished from the program.
Hang on, I have to pay attention to this one. It wasn't a short on YouTube, was it? There is a short on YouTube about it. I was just looking at the YouTube shorts for it. This looks awesome. It looks like a fucking sensory overload, but it looks fucking awesome. You are! Good job! Good job! Okay. I said I love him. I don't know, man!
We were meant to find each other.
A real surgery. April enters a boxing match. The maids start a riot. Omen donates some, shoots Liam? What is this, Monster Prom 4? Is this the fourth one? Clown? Yeah, you know who I would romance. Yeah, you already know. Monster Con. You already know who I would romance. I don't, you know, it's obvious. Would you romance me? If we were doing fuck, marry, kill, you'd be the fuck. I'd pump and dump you like crazy. completely unrelated. Not at all what we're watching. And yet it reminded me of it all the same. This makes me desire Deadly Premonition. It's your skateboard? Well, that's the second game, and the second game isn't very good. The first game is very good, though. The second game is like they realized what they had with the first game, and so they leaned into it, which makes it feel disingenuous. If I was playing this video game, the animation of them looking at the bullets before they put it in the gun and stuff would drive me fucking insane. That turnaround felt very slow because it was played on a controller. Hi, Blessing.
RPG. Does it have a skill tree and experience points? If the answer was yes, it was an RPG. But in 2025, there are action RPGs, rhythm RPGs,
I'd say that's still okay.
RPGs, and so many more variations of one of my favorite genres. Here's a slew of labyrinths and level ups to keep your wish list stocked like an inventory going up against the final boss.
I'd still say the defining part of an RPG is a leveling tree of some kind. If there is a leveling tree in the game, then it is an RPG. But action RPG just means real-time action. Turn-based RPG means turn-based combat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the list goes on. Like, it's just additives, but that's fine. Oh! He's fucking going, dude! Did that have anything to do with the game? RPG means role-playing game, but in game development and stuff, or rather in game genres and stuff, it has to be defined. So, like, in my opinion, at least, because it's very shaky, and that's kind of what Blessing was saying there. RPG is meant to just mean skill tree, but it's become a shaky definition. Because there was a point in time where every single video game had a skill tree, and we're still kind of in that a little bit, but we're leaving it a bit. Yappin' Drew? Well, it's just music. And I'm still watching it. If there was a person talking, I'd pause. So, like, do these dance segments have anything to do with the game, or is that just something they put in here for fun? It's called Bilinear. It looks like Quack.
So, what is Imperial? In a nutshell, Imperial is a third-person action RPG about transcendental revelation. The game begins.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, Edge.
Planet to join an expedition that's
kind of the problem, because role-playing game in that term means you're playing a role. So in turn, every single video game where you aren't playing as yourself, which is almost every single video game, is a role-playing video game. So we have to define it further than that. We have to define it more. So it has to have a specific thing tied to it, and that thing that's tied to it is a skill tree of some kind. Be that leveling strength or intelligence or whatever the hell, dexterity or whatever the fuck, or an actual skill tree with abilities that you're going down the tree with. Either or, one of those two is an RPG. So, like, for example, of two games that, like, I talk about often and that I'm playing recently, Nine Souls, for example, is an RPG. It has a skill tree that I'm working my way down. But it also has the Jades. It has the Jade slots that I've been using. The Jade slots are in Hollow Knight, but in that game they're called Charms. However, Hollow Knight doesn't have a skill tree. Hollow Knight is not an RPG. Nine Souls is. They're both Metroidvanias. They're both 2D platformers, if you want. They're both action games, but Hollow Knight doesn't have a skill tree, so it's not an RPG. Nine Souls does, so it's an RPG.
Built by a lost ancient civilization. Once you finalize your character, you arrive in the hub to meet the rest of the expedition. Each member of the expedition has their own personal questline. All of these questlines have multiple endings, and it's even possible to fail them entirely. The gameplay of Imperial is a mix of traditional third-person action and, I would say, isometric ARPG elements as well, in the way that abilities work in the game. The first thing to take note of is which weapon archetype...
I think I recall Kinda Funny being sponsored by this game. And talking about this before the podcast.
But there are skill-based elements as well.
Because I think there's a dev on this team that's a Kinda Funny fan. AKA a Kinda Funny best friend, that's what they're called. Or rather, what we're called.
Features of the game is something that we call cartograms. You can almost think of these as a blueprint for some of the aspects that you're encountering in a level. We don't do procedural level design. We do the level design by hand because we wanted to create all sorts of interesting details, shortcuts, hidden nooks and crannies, and things like that.
Imperial is coming to Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox on May 8th, 2025.
I assume they meant the last one, something that is beyond ordinary experience or thought. The goop was so loud! I am hesitantly interested. This looks a little bit like my vibe. It has lost me. But I could be one back. I'd have to see more. Show me more. I had goop in an old Hotmail email a long time ago, and I'm still traumatized by 15-year-old Angie picking it. Huh. Goop. Practice every fight intimately. That was cool. But commit to battle just once. Four strike.
I awoke in this infinite maze.
This candle smells like my vagina. I referenced that in my most recent YouTube video.
Endlessly, I returned, fighting monstrosities, becoming them. I resented my actions as my memories slowly crept back.
Is that the bite of AD7?
But during this never-ending cycle of pain, I was never truly alone.
Whoa!
In this world that remains, we must embrace.
So are you like becoming different kinds of monsters?
Verdict.
That looks cool. I'm into that. Nemesis Verdict. I'm interested. I was curious to taste it. Exclusive.
The Cosmic Engine, a divinely constructed house of the damned, built to confine the worst of the worst.
I remember when Gwyneth Paltrow was the most controversial person in the MCU.
Its architect.
Good times.
Exactly was your cry. The Cosmic Engine does not surrender its secrets easily, and you will need help along the way. Lucky for you, it is also home to a variety of absurd and grotesque inhabitants. Whether they want to help you or kill you, however, is not always immediately clear. Consider Edgar, the enigmatic...
Hi, Edgar.
Is he just another prisoner or something more? How about Duck, with its mouth full of vicious chompers? Help Duck, and you will be rewarded with its teeth. It may sound disgusting, but they are as useful as they are deadly. And also disgusting. And poor Barry, a skeleton with the gift of eternal life and an unquenchable love.
CB's in this game.
Music.
The B in CB stands for Barry.
Again, and you may earn his gratitude. Or perhaps a swift death. The Cosmic Engine is more than a mere prison. It is a reality all of its own. Navigate it, please its captives, and maybe, just maybe, you will make it out alive. Moroi, coming to PC
Moroi.
in 2025. Play the demo on Steam today.
Goblin! It's about time that someone tried to take down Osu. You know what I'm saying? It's about fucking time. And I'm glad they're doing it with a Pokemon, Digimon, Transformers vibe. Oh, is there 2 games? Oh, there's like it's Steel Century Group, but there's like a prologue that you can play right now. Okay. Hi, are you the new one here? Ouch. Hey, human, are you here? Oh, it's gone. Under the island. Very, Top Out Studios. Very, creature feature. They should get ready to sue. Top Hat Games. Okay. Oh, is it Creature Keeper? Oh, never mind. They're safe. He's jacked off that bat. They just inspected inside of that frog's stomach. Yeah, it looks like active, or rather, real-time combat Pokemon. Where it's a, freaking, what's it called? Like a monster raiser, or whatever the shit they call it. I remember in the brief time that I did game releases and stuff like that, there was a comment of someone that said, there are more of these types of games than Pokemon. Just because this game looks exactly like Pokemon in every single way doesn't mean it's copying Pokemon. And it's like, okay. Alright. Alright, buddy. Monster collecting? Maybe. Solve mysteries. Call the elders. Explore the unknown. If I commented that, it would have been a joke. Oh, they didn't say those exact words. I was paraphrasing the part where it is exactly like Pokemon because it was exactly like Pokemon. Wasn't that about when Power... No, this was long before Power World. Cthulhu. That's a good title. This was long before Power World. This was like... I don't know, 2019, I think?
I'm Marcin, Senior Business Development Manager at GOG. We all have those games.
Maybe later? No, it would have been like...
That shaped us. But there's
maybe 2021, maybe? I don't know.
Only to find
was it Temtem? I don't think so. It was something that is not popular.
Every year, more games fade away, becoming inaccessible. At GOG, we've been working for years to bring classics back, making sure they run seamlessly on modern systems so they are never lost to time. At the last mix, we introduced the GOG Preservation Program. Our commitment to keep
GOG is underrated just because Steam exists, you know?
But preserving gaming history isn't something we can do alone, and we need your help. That's why we created the GOG Dream List, a place where gamers can share their memories and vote for the titles they want to see return. The response of the gaming community is incredible. Over 500,000 gamers have voted, bringing attention to the games they grew up with. With over 8 million votes cast, we are just getting started. If there is a game you want to see revived, go to the GOG Dream List, vote and share your memories. Together, let's fight to bring those games back, and let's make them live forever.
Do you remember the games that shaped your childhood? The ones that started your love for gaming? But many of these
I like to be preserved like GOG does games. I know, when I die, put me in the dirt. No coffin, just in dirt. Plant a tree on top of me or something.
Classics they want back. Each game gets a dedicated page where you can share your memories and why it deserves to return. Your votes and stories help us to convince publishers and developers to bring these games back. Together, we can revive lost classics and preserve gaming history.
What's the website?
Share, preserve, join us today.
Okay, hang on. The VOD was paused that whole... I sure hope not. Well, I guess I'll find out later. Okay, do you think... Yeah! Only 27 other people remember this video game. Yeah! Let's fucking go! Oh, I gotta log in and shit. Oh, never mind. I'll do it later then. But only 27 people remember this video game exists. Let's fucking go, 27 other people. Let's fucking go. Alright.
When you think of horror in video games, you might think of the nearly endless round of layoffs that seemingly are coming from every company known to man. But believe it or not, many video game developers are still making horrific video games to scare the pants off of players. You don't believe me? Take a look at these.
I understand a lot of the people watching this are probably kind of funny best friends, but I wish they had like a little like widget or something like down here that's like popping up with their names or something where it's like Tim, you know? For the people who don't watch them, you know? This is by the people who made Super Hot, it said? Now I'll go back. Yeah. Oh, this is published by the people who did Suit. Flynn Peak, 1994. In, buying it. Face the nightmare. Reveal what's hidden. Escape with your life. Survive the outbreak. Phase 0. That's what I said. In, buying it.
Roman.
All right. Oh, this is that Silent Hill-esque game.
Where is this? Where am I?
You're in the right place, but you won't like what you'll find.
Can I leave?
We're not stuck or lost. No. We are right where we are supposed to be.
Meatball.
Is this hell?
Hell would have meaning. No, this is just us and our queen.
Oh, so you're not just playing as the old guy? That's interesting.
You think you can escape what you've done?
I think I can try.
Host trauma. You know how in Japan there's like stores with like shirts on English phrases on them and it'll say like spoon or like, you know, stuff like it was like it says like flesh the sandwich because it just like it's words that look cool but because they can't read English it just looks cool to them. But for people who do speak and read English, you can immediately read it and know that it doesn't make sense or that it is stupid. I wonder if a video game's ever done that. Because there's been so many video games that like have the title and then underneath it there will be like in smaller font like kanji or whatever of the title. I wonder if there's ever been a game where like it says the title and then in the lower right it says like butthole or something, you know? You know what I mean? Pause for a second. ADHD, man. ADHD, what are you gonna do? ADHD, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, ADHD? What are you gonna do?
I write from Blake Manor in Connemara.
What are you gonna do?
Yesterday, a guest went missing. A young woman named Evelyn Dean. I hear you're an honorable man. A steadfast investigator. And, perhaps most importantly, godly. I pray for the girl that this is true.
Seance of Blake Manor. Do it, Tiefling. Finally, a game where I can play as Usopp. Not sure what that game was. I'm assuming, yeah, it's a mystery thriller. I don't really understand what the gameplay was fully. Me when? Sportle. Watched Lilo and Stitch last night, and damn, that movie is still incredible. It's so funny. Have you seen the trailer for the live action? It looks really good. Like, it's the first live action Disney movie that I've watched the trailer for, and I'm like, this actually might be really fucking good.
And thrive.
It might translate really well. I haven't. I'd recommend it.
We will forge the foundation of a prosperous future.
Obviously just a trailer, grain of salt, but still.
And expand our state. Each brick laid is a testament.
Looks like an automation kind of game, Robo. Maybe like a Satisfactory, maybe, but with a douse of fascism. Douse? A dose? I don't know.
Raise them
Sprinkling?
and watch as they transform into the backbone of the state. Explore uncharted systems, forge alliances, and uncover treasures that will bolster our fight. Engage the enemy in glorious roguelike battles where each encounter is a test of your mettle. Citizens, stand resolute. Build and fight for humanity's future. All hail the state.
I don't remember the original very well. Earth from Another Sun. Not my son. We hate fascism here.
Which of you five would like to play my little game?
Classic. Certified Hood Classic, chat. Certified Hood Classic.
Fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice. The Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias.
Sounds like Helldivers. Helldivers is not fascism, thank you very much. Helldivers is a super democracy. It is as democratic could be. Okay, they didn't show anything there, and that kind of upsets me, because that game is actually kind of a big deal. I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream was a point and click from back in the day. You can see that I typed in I have, and it's literally the second result. This is actually like a legendary video game from like way back when. Game. For most people, it's more than 3 hours, but it looks like this from back then. So there's a bunch of protagonists that you play as throughout the game. You can see that it's swapped there in different settings and different stuff. And it's a pretty in-depth video game. It's pretty crazy. It goes places. It really goes places. I wish they showed something of that remastered footage just then, but they did not. So, it is what it is. Because I don't know if that was a remaster or a remake or anything. That game is something from back in the day. Is this like a Vampire Survivors kind of thing? Is this a auto shooter or whatever we're calling them? Can't tell. Might have been a twin stick. Can't tell. Let them what? Me when the head good.
Hello. It's broken, is it? Right, I'm on my way.
Uh-oh, here we go again. Luckily, the sound booster is fully charged. Are we ready? 'Cause I am. Let's go!
Time to go fix some dodgy electronics. Let me show you a game the Bitfather and I have been working on.
With what we think are some rather unique dynamics. With the help from my robotic backpack called Cosmo, we shrink down to repair various pieces of electronics from within the machine, using the sound booster to propel different sound weapons to neutralize rogue electronic components that might be causing the machines to not work. These sounds are made by the modular synthesizer inside of the backpack, made from sounds from the real Cosmo synthesizer, which you can add to and upgrade throughout the game. These modules not only upgrade the Sound Blaster's characteristics, they also change the sound and mix of the music, so you can live mix the
That's pretty cool.
It's coming.
Oh, I wish they showed more of that.
The Steam wish list now. Anyway, let's go fix some stuff.
That's really cool that it changes the music actively.
At Tachibana Heavy Industries, we're not just exploring the depths, we're charting humanity's future. For over 40 years, our deep-sea exploration division has pushed the boundaries of what is possible. Our elite diving teams venture deeper than any other. With our cutting-edge technology, our brave diving teams maintain a vast network of undersea cables that we're seeking exceptional individuals to join our deep-sea diving division. Looking for someone who is physically and mentally resilient, comfortable with working under pressure and in total darkness. When faced with unusual situations, sensitive to non-disclosure. But we won't spoil the surprise in our deep-sea operations. We promise you this. What you'll discover with us will change your understanding of reality forever. Tachibana Heavy Industries, diving deeper than anyone has before.
Giving Iron Lung? I don't know why everyone loves Iron Lung so much. I guess I just didn't get it. Cold Abyss.
You all are wish listing those games you like, right? I mean, such great games. It definitely helps the devs out to go wish list and check out the games. Now, this next round of games are all from our friends at Maximum Entertainment, one of our favorite video game publishers. You might know them from such titles as Squirrel with a Gun and Until Then. But now it's time to see what's next from Maximum Entertainment.
Drew not understanding the nuance of Iron Lung. I mean, like, it was mid. I think Markiplier's movie will be interesting. Just gotta wait a million years for it to release. I don't agree. And the reason for that is that, sure, Markiplier is a great content creator. We don't know anything of his work with movies, as he's never really done that. He's only done like one show, which even then is vastly different than making a movie. I feel like, I feel as though the only thing, like, the only way to know anything about what Markiplier is making right now is Trust Me, Bro. And that's it. It's just like, could it be interesting? Yeah, sure. I'm not saying that it's gonna be bad. It could be good. But there's no track record to go off of at all whatsoever of its quality. It'll be successful regardless because Markiplier is making it and his entire audience will go see it. So it's going to be successful no matter what. But, like, you know, we can only assume whether or not it's going to be good or bad because it's like we don't have any track record to go off of.
What do you see? I see a control board.
You make assumptions based on the directing of No Sleep. That's basically all we have, which I think was a show, right? Am I wrong? Or Edge of Sleep? I don't know what the fuck it's called. A Heist with Markiplier, A Space with Markiplier weren't shows. Those were YouTube created things on YouTube that were basically YouTube videos.
I'm lost in the maze. What does the map say?
Okay, just turn
These are different things. These are all created differently. The work process of creating a movie and a work process of creating a YouTube premium show is so vastly different. Filming of a series is so vastly. All of the process of how you make these things is so insanely different from the last. So it's like, we don't really have any track record of how this could be. So in turn, like I said, we're basically running purely off of trust me, bro.
As they follow you around and assist.
So it's like, I'm gonna pause. So it's like, sure, like, I'm not saying that it's going to be bad. You know, I'm not saying that it's gonna be bad. But it doesn't mean that it's gonna be good either. So, like, you shouldn't get your hopes up because we have no idea of how that movie is going to be. You know what I mean? It's like, and you're using Edgar Wright, who directed series and his style carried over. Sure. But that's Edgar Wright. This is Markiplier. It's like, we don't know, you know? Edgar Wright is fucking studied in this shit. This is Markiplier. So it's like, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying that at all. I am not in any way saying that Iron Lung is going to be bad. I'm saying that we have no idea how it's going to be because Markiplier has never done anything like this to this degree before. So we have no idea. So in turn, keep your hopes low because it is high potential that it's going to be bad. It's also potential that it could be good. For people who actually watch him and know how much he actually cares about it to be good, you can care about some... You can care about something a lot and put a lot of time and effort into it, and it can still end up being middling. It can still end up being, like, not 10 out of 10 great. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that he cares about it. I understand that. I understand that a lot of his audience will be watching it, including Varian, who just said. But again... all we have is trust me, bro. That is the only bit of knowledge that we have about this at this point. It's trust me, bro. Because, like, we don't know. There's no track record. We don't know. It's just, do you trust Markiplier? That's all we know right now. So it's like, don't get excited for something that you have zero knowledge about. Because we don't know anything, and we don't have a track record to go off of to build hype off of. So it's like, if Edgar Wright was like, I'm making a movie, I'm gonna fucking watch that movie, because it's Edgar Wright. There's this fucking huge track record of movies. Right? When Edgar Wright was doing series back in the day, like he supposedly was, I don't know, I haven't seen those. The next movie that he put out, the first movie that he put out, it wasn't like, I'm gonna go fucking watch that Edgar Wright movie. I didn't fucking know anything about him at that point. So it's like, yes, everyone gets a first movie. I agree. We have no track record. Don't be excited for it in that kind of way, because it could be very bad. So, like, you don't allow yourself to get this is the same shit with video games of no game, no hype. It doesn't matter who made the video game. If we don't see gameplay, you don't know it's going to be for you. You know, like, we don't know that this movie is going to be good. We don't know anything. So don't hype yourself up for it just because the dude's making it. He hasn't made anything like this, so we don't know. It's the same shit. Like, there's nothing to build off of, you know? Like, that's all I'm saying is, like, don't hype yourself up about it because we don't know anything, you know? I will watch this trailer back.
What's the widget?
We don't know.
Do you see the lightning-shaped island?
Yes, I see it.
But also, I didn't like Iron Lung. I thought it was mid.
I'm lost in the maze. What does the map say?
Okay, just turn right and then left.
Do you see a turtle in the water?
What? No, I don't see it.
So that's like one of those, it's like an escape room co-op game, kind of like We Were Here.
Welcome to Pixel Shire, a world of endless possibilities and captivating adventures.
Yeah, keep talking, nobody explodes. Yeah.
The town folks to unlock new, unique skills and abilities to help you in your journey. Experience teamwork with the townsfolks.
I always put SunBob on a rant. It's not at your expense.
Unleash the power of special spells to bring life to your farm. Fish, chop, mine, and gather all the resources you need to customize your town like never before. Reshape the land at will, terraforming the ground and creating rivers. And who could forget the adorable animals? Interact with them, nurture them, and build a thriving farm that'll
I was just saying meteor your expectations.
embark on an extraordinary journey of friendship, magic, and exploration in Pixelshire.
Goblin. Goblin. Never before.
I see myself losing a lot of time
Hey, Mike.
in Pixelshire, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about puzzles, strategy, and sims. What better way is there to whittle away a night than by finally besting that one puzzle that's been blocking your progress? Outthinking your enemy with a strategic...
Sorry, Mike. One moment. This showcase is called the Spring Game Showcase, but that's not the vibe that I get from the background and stuff. Are those supposed to be cherry blossoms? Because what I get from this is like fall. Because it's like leaves falling. I get like autumn. This is like autumn vibes. But it's called the Spring Game Showcase. You think it'd be like flowers and stuff. Maybe they're supposed to be cherry blossoms?
Counter
But that's just not the vibe I'm getting.
Of simulation. The answer? There isn't. And these next games aim to show you why.
It is autumn, not in San Francisco where this was filmed, as you can see by the logo down there. Yeah, I kind of get it, though, where, like, a trailer... Like, there's so many farming sim kind of games, life sim, however you want to call them, games like Stardew nowadays. But I kind of get it, because, like... Chronocracy. Chronocracy. Don't know. The video I'm making right now has never been done before. At least from what I'm seeing during my research. What I'm making right now has never been done before. Meanwhile, the video that I just did, the boss fight one, has been done before. The Souls-like one I did before that has been done before. This video is so fucking hard to make because I have nothing to, like, base my work off of. I have nothing to be inspired off of or take reference from, right? It's fucking hard. Much more difficult. So is this turn-based? Is this... Calm down. So is that turn-based tactics? Is that what that is? Drew is fucking hard. I did say I was erect earlier. Looks like a Drew game. I don't like turn-based tactics. It's very hard for me to get into a turn-based game. And everybody was like, when playing Baldur's Gate 3, they were like, oh, I fucking love this. This is the best turn-based tactics game ever made. And I didn't like it. I don't like the combat in Baldur's Gate.
But it was futile against the invisible foe. Society crumbled into chaos, death, despair. In our darkest hour, a desperate experiment granted us the ability.
People said the same shit about Divinity, Robo. Didn't like Divinity's combat.
And master the dualities of our
People said the same shit about Fire Emblem Three Houses. Didn't like the combat in Fire Emblem. Like, don't know, man. People said the same shit about XCOM 2. Don't like the combat in XCOM 2.
Are you ready to guide us, Commander?
Parasite, Duality Unbound. Chess I can get behind! Let's go, chess! Chess! Oh. Eldritch King? I'm dying. The Eldritch King got to me. Confused of what that game is. Beyond the Board. Like the art style. Move your ship. Explore. Full board game experience. I'm still dying. Includes ships and shores expansion. Special ship abilities. Co-op multiplayer. Play endlessly. Beacon Patrol. Heck. I've used that exact sound effect. That exact royalty-free rewind sound. Calamity. Deck Tamer. This is cute. Chat, I have a question for you. Do you think Nintendo would ever remake the original Legend of Zelda? Because it's kind of crazy that they haven't when you think about it. Like, even in, like... Because there was a fan remake of that was like, voxel stuff. Kind of crazy they haven't done that. Like, for either that or Zelda 2? That was just Dark Link. I seen that. I don't think they would remaster it. I think it's too old at this point. I think the closest to a remaster is just the NES emulator on the Switch. Forgotten Fragments. They haven't really remade any of the original Marios. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Berserk Bits. Oh. It's like those one Mega Man games that aren't Mega Man but are Mega Man. Nice. Oh, it's like an idle game. Berserk Bits.
Our next collection of games have
Joey.
one thing in common.
Oh, they did it for Joey. What?
There's platforming, there's exploration, and most importantly, there's dogs. The first two games have really fluffy and adorable dogs in them. That's the only reason I took this segment. That's why you need to watch this segment. Dogs.
Dogs. Dog. Oh, we've seen this game before. I think this is the first time we're seeing gameplay, though. The Legend of Babu. Yeah, it's like a big chow with a Kratos stripe. What is your desire? Be the goodest boy. Embark on Korg Ventures. I hate that the butthole is visible on this dog, because you know 90% of the game you're gonna be, like, the camera's gonna be behind him. You know what I mean? 90% of the video game, your camera is gonna be behind the dog. Build an animal sanctuary. We donate 10% of every purchase to real shelters. That's cool. A Corgi's Cozy Hike. Whoa. A fragile world to protect. Whoa. It's all papercraft. Unlock powerful transformations. Whoa! This is awesome! Hero, master of folding. I didn't see it. Shirori? I'm a G. Yeah, I'm a G. What about it? Bingley! Shanti. Hirogami. That looks fucking awesome. Meanwhile, I didn't see any dogs in that trailer, though. I'm disappointed. I guess it's like a tower defense game, but you're the tower. Me, after I get buried, no coffin, plant a tree above me. Castle bound. Shit.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Demon Tides,
the dogs.
Our open world, expressive 3D platformer. The expressive platformer genre asks one simple question. How many ways can I cross the same gap? Can I cross it like this? What if I do it like that? How about adding some pizzazz? You know what? Let's just skip this section entirely. Alright, what if I can equip some new abilities and do something completely different?
That's cool.
Now combine this concept with a large, vast open world. And you've got
this is a
sandbox to play in.
This is an advancement of a game that already exists, by the way. However, when the game existed prior, it was a it's this. It has a 2D platformer. It has a 2D protagonist. You can see that it's the same protagonist, but it's a 2D sprite in a 3D world. See that? So it's all 2D sprites. I think it's the same people. I mean, it's Demon Turf, and then this is Demon Tide. You know? Yeah. So it's the same protagonist and everything. But instead of going with the 2D sprites in a 3D world, this one is fully 3D. So that's cool. Not sure if I like it more or not, though.
Demon Tides, baby. Pretty sick, right? You can give our demo.
I'm not sure if I like it more or not, because I kind of like the stylistic. I don't know what. I kind of like the style of the 2D sprites. So I don't know. Once Upon a Puppet. Ooh. I feel like the hand in this game, like, it's just gonna play like any other video game that looks like this. I feel like that's the reality. But what I want is for this game to control insane because you're playing as the hand, not the puppet. You know what I mean? Like, I want that game to control like no other game because you are controlling the hand, not the puppet. Now, how that works in reality, probably bad, and in turn, that would probably be a bad video game, but that's what I desire. Pretty sure I've seen this game before. I think this is the devs of My Friend Pedro. My Friend Pedro? I think that's the name of it. Unless that's a different game. Nope, it's this game. You can't escape the long arm of the law. Shotgun Cop Man. You're standing up on a steel beam. How is there a shadow on the water like that? Because theoretically that's not there. It's way, way low. So shouldn't there not be a shadow there? Right? That man's playing Galaga. Oh, we wouldn't notice, but we did. I would guess the reason for that error is probably because the shadow is tied to the 2D sprite instead of being a separate asset, so in turn they couldn't toggle it off. But like, Vessels of Decay, but I don't know.
Can you believe you've made it to the final segment of the Spring Game Showcase 2025 presented by The Mix and Kinda Funny? Give yourself a pat on the back and make sure that you're wishlisting all of the amazing games you're seeing via the QR code on the screen. Now, before we send you on your way, there's only one way to truly end this showcase, and that's with a blowout of new content.
Big summer blowout.
News, trailers, and gameplay right now.
The roguelike where you drive a delivery van. Slay your stunts. These stunts are slay. Deliver the parcels. Complete proc-gen trials. Oh, procedural generation trials. Explore the procedurally generated arenas. Progress through procedural generated championships. I don't like procedural generation, hot take. Unlock new vans. I like that though. That's not a van. Complete new upgrades. Customize your pimp it. And take the trophy. Stunt Express, delivery in 2025.
I think Fresh Tracks is the type of game that a lot of people would be drawn to for different reasons.
I love the music.
It's the ability for me to play the game however I want to do it.
I like how vibrant and colorful it all is.
I've always loved the procedural elements of it.
I'd say my favorite part about Fresh Tracks is how it blends all of the genres together in a way that has never really been done before.
It is a rhythm action game that gives you a flow state, kind of like Pistol Whip. And then it's also a narrative-based roguelike like Hades. And it basically has a lot of replayability and lets you just keep on playing it over and over again to discover more and more things.
Show the game!
There's a lot more player agency.
Every time someone plays it, they should feel like the soundtrack was written just for them and for that exact playthrough.
When you choose
Show, don't tell, show the game!
Choosing between 3 different branches.
You get to choose which songs you go to, you get to choose your upgrades, when you use items, what power-ups to take in with you.
You can kind of develop a bit of a style and go on an actual adventure as opposed to just a linear track-like experience. So I'm actually kind of excited to see, once the game's out in the player's hands, what kind of stuff they're going to uncover.
There's just so much more to discover than what you might initially think. Part of Fresh Tracks is...
I don't think anything right now because you've shown 2 seconds of the video game!
Something that's creative and unique and unlike any other music game that you've played before.
Show, don't tell! What the fuck was that? What do you mean? And this is like a 13-minute long trailer where you can't have cut-ins like this that lasted 2 minutes! Show the fucking game!
Offering a
what are you doing?
Lets you relive those carefree
I'm sorry, Graffiti Man. I talked over you.
Remember when the streets were your playground, where every curb, puddle, or sidewalk became part of an epic mission? Bambus brings that magic back, offering a sandbox game that lets you relive those carefree adventures with its innovative control system.
They're playing as a couple of shoes. No feet, I'm out. What was that? Cutting it pretty close there, huh? Getting pretty, all right, cool. Okay.
Explore a vibrant Mediterranean. Explore a vibrant Mediterranean coastal city.
Well, it wasn't it.
Where creativity.
We're cutting it pretty close there.
And exploration is your ticket to endless fun. Use the controller's sticks and triggers to move each sneaker independently.
Siesto.
Mimicking the motion of your own feet.
Whoa. Gosh, you can't. You could be Crocs. Can I color the Crocs so that I can be my real life Crocs?
Walking forward isn't enough. Navigate crosswalks, kick cans, balance on curbs, and pull off impossible jumps as you tackle.
You Crocs? Sorry.
And unlock
I can color the Crocs!
Customizable sneakers. Discover hidden spots packed with secrets and meet characters who'll take you on unexpected journeys.
They're attached to the other line to it. I know.
Lace up and step up, because in this game, every stride is an adventure of its own.
Definitely not a video game for me. I don't like sandbox games. Bambas. But a cool, unique concept. Chat, do literally any of you remember Patapon? Does even a single one of you know what Patapon is? Okay. Alright, hang on. So this is Patapon. This is a PSP game, but it was remastered for PS4. I'll skip ahead a little bit so you can see gameplay. You can hear that it was basically that song. So this is Patapon. I believe there's 2 of them. They were PSP games. It's PSP and Vita. It's kind of a pseudo rhythm game in a way where you're doing the pattern alongside the beat, and doing it makes these little guys attack the goal or do the goal, that kind of thing. So this is basically like a spiritual successor to Patapon, which is, I think, Rotaton. I think that's what that says. And Greg Miller, the guy you've seen at the beginning of this showcase, might be the world's biggest Patapon fan. Which I'm sure he's probably about to say after this trailer, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the art. So it's kind of like if Pikmin was a rhythm game. Yeah, so I think that says Rotaton. I think. I don't know. It might just be Patapon. I don't know. But if that looked interesting to you, you should definitely look up Patapon and definitely play it legally on a PSP or a Vita or the PS4. You should definitely legally play it yourself. You should definitely do that legally.
Where the fragile barrier between life and death is no thicker than the cracks in the asphalt. Lucky met a terrible fate. She was sentenced to an eternity of reaping souls, with no final exit in sight. Scaravan 66.
Scaravan.
Dead set to break free from her root and defy fate or anyone who stands in her way. With the help of powerful allies, Lucky will become stronger, faster, and more reckless. She'll take down every devil-sent demon and undead summoned to torment her, and leave them hitchhiking.
This reminds me of the Dimension 20 D&D campaign Fantasy High.
Scaravan 66.
Very good.
Wish list now.
Thought it was going to be a Route 66 sequel. Wasn't that like Route 0 or something? Is that what you're talking about? I forget what it's called. Yeah, but a prequel? I forget what it's called. Well, there is a prequel. There's 2 games of the thing that you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called. Route 96? Yeah, 96. You Road 96. Yeah, that's what it is. Not Route. Road 96 is what I was thinking of. I don't know if that's what you were thinking of. But there is a prequel to Road 96. There's 2 Road 96 games. I think both are on Game Pass. I never played the prequel. It was what I was thinking. I get you. I'm struggling. You're good. There's been quite a few of these types of games lately where you just kind of build a little area. You just kind of build a little zone. There's been quite a few of these recently. Shantytown. Yeah, definitely not my kind of game, but yeah, it's okay. Not everything's got to be for me.
And that wraps up our 2025 Spring Showcase, peeps. Much praise and love to all the
went by quick, I feel.
And so many dope games that entered to be in the show. We have one more announcement, Greg. Experience Studios is launching a new fund.
Ooh.
I'm going to have Derek Fields take it away.
Thanks, y'all. My name is Derek Fields, and on behalf of Experience Studios,
hey, Derek.
I'm thrilled to announce the launch of an exciting fund dedicated to game developers embarking on new projects. This isn't just another fund. This is the culmination of years of hard work, passion, and a deep commitment to leveling the playing field for underestimated developers. We know how hard it is to break out into this industry, how tough it can be to build prototypes, craft vertical slices, and pitch your vision when the odds feel stacked against you. And the way that this year has gone, I can understand if those odds feel pretty high. That's why this fund exists, to give talented creators the resources,
I match what?
and opportunities they need to bring their bold, never-before-seen ideas to life. So whether you're a solo dev surviving among vampires or a small team grinding to a funky new beat, this is for you. We're talking funding to get your project
Cherry Blossoms? Oh yeah, I know.
Mentorship to guide you through the challenges, and that's all thanks to a network of people who genuinely want to see you succeed. It's about building community that believes in new potential, and we can't wait to see what incredible ideas you're going to create. So, if you're ready to take the next step, head over to experiencestudios.org/XP-fund for all the details on how to apply. Get ready to give the world a new experience.
There's so much bad news in our industry that I love stuff like that. Of course, thank you for watching. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our streaming partners. Thank you to everyone who worked on the showcase. And thank you to all the developers who are making these incredible, amazing, astounding video games.
Astounding. Remember,
astounding.
You can help those devs right now for free by wishlisting everything you liked. I can't stress how much this helps the devs.
100%. And remember that this is just the start of an awesome day for the mix and Kinda Funny. Right after this, we're kicking off in all.
This is like 3 days ago, so this is no longer happening.
Coming through for live demos and deep dives of their games with us. And tonight, of course, is the annual Mix Cross Kinda Funny party in San Francisco, featuring dozens of devs and their titles.
Micro marathon, baby. Please, please, please remember to wish list the games you saw. I said that before, but we're saying it again.
It means a lot, damn it!
Stay tuned.
It really does.
Stay tuned. There's the stream, you know, the mix. You got all sorts of social channels. Click and follow those. We got a YouTube. You got Amazon Prime. You got the free Twitch. You've heard all this before. It's 2025. You know it. Thank you for watching. And until next time, know it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Peace.
Peace. That was the Mixes and Kinda Funnies Spring Game Showcase 2025. He said it 5 million times, but I'm going to say it a 5 million in first. Make sure you're wishlisting these video games. It really is actually super important. You should be wishlisting like more often than you aren't. Even if you're only a little interested in a video game that was shown, just like an inkling, you should wishlist it. Because wishlisting is basically how Steam's algorithm works. Rather than algorithmically serving games to you or something along those lines, it instead works almost exclusively on wish lists and pre-orders and purchases. So also follows, because they have like a follow button on there as well. But all of that stuff. So like you should be wishlisting more games than you actually think you will buy. And then keep an eye on those games. If you don't end up being interested in them, then remove them. But like, at the very least, at this exact moment for these games that you just watched, that you have even an ounce of an interest in, wishlist it so that way it gets more attention. And then if you don't end up being interested in it. That's okay. Maybe you wish listing it, put that in front of someone else, and it is still their thing. You get what I mean? So always make sure that you're wish listing more games than in reality you feel like you should be, if that makes sense. What if I don't like any of them? Then don't wish list them. It's fine. That's okay. Not all games are for everybody. You get the idea. Anyways, that was our little watch along thing. For those of you watching the VOD, if it went up because I accidentally had the VOD paused. However, it does say 141 there, and I look over at my recording and that also says 141. So I assume I didn't mess up. But for those of you watching the VOD, thanks for watching. I love you. Mwah!